So we are going to create a ping pong game. Are you excited? Yes, I am also excited. So in this session, we will do some preparation to make our ping pong game. So to make this ping pong game, first we will have to prepare the behaviors. In this session, we will just work on the behaviors. We will make all the behaviors ready. And then in the next session, we will complete this game. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Open a new project as Sprite Lab, okay, and take all the necessary costume. So what do we need? We need a ball. So I will be taking a ball. Let me search for a ball from this costume, and I can probably pick, okay, this ball. Let me take this ball. You can take any ball of your choice. Draw 2 paddles as well. So one paddle and another paddle. One paddle is for computer and another paddle is for the player. So I am taking this red color for my paddle 1. And this is how I created my paddle 1. So simple, just a simple rectangle and my paddle 1 is done. Crop it and this is done. I will also create another paddle. So maybe this time in a complementary green color. Okay, so my another paddle in green color. Same way and crop it. Okay, I have 2 paddles and 1 ball already in place. So yes, let's create the sprite for all these 3. Position them and resize them as required. So these 3 sprites are ready. Let me quickly position them. So this the above one we say is for the computer, and this the lower one we say is for the player. Okay, ball could be placed at 200. 200 is okay, but this needs to be resized. So I will resize it, this ball. Okay, fine. We have the sprites ready. Let's give them some behavior. What is the behavior we want to give them? If I run it, you can see this this paddle, which is for computer, just keep on swimming left and right. So for swimming left and right, there is already a behavior available. So we can pick this behavior. So I will go to behaviors and pick this particular behavior, which says swim left and right or wandering or patrolling. Patrolling is the right one actually. So for this, I will pick the patrolling. If you have the swimming left and right, you can go for this as well. Run it and see if it is working fine or not. Yes, this seems to be working fine. Swimming left and right. What next? Next, we want to give the behavior to this ball so that it is bouncing back from left and right edges only, not from the top and bottom edges. Okay, because from the top and bottom edges, the scoring mechanism will be there. Paddles will have to stop it going to the bottom or to the top edges. So let's give it a behavior. For this, I will go to behavior and I click on create a behavior. Let's name it. So the names could be bounce from left and right balls, left and right edges. Okay. Our name is self-explanatory. So what do we want when we say we want this ball to bounce from left and right edges? We will work with the position. Okay, first we will have to give it a movement. There has to be some movement in a particular direction. So first let's give that movement to this ball. Let me pick the command. And the command is this: move the sprite, move this sprite. Okay, how many pixels? That we are not going to give any hard-coded number. We will take it from the sprite properties. So let's go to sprite and pick this sprite property. So move this sprite with the speed of this sprite. Maybe somewhere the speed has been set and we want this sprite to take the same speed. This is how we use it. Inside a behavior, you should never use the hard-coded numbers, means the fixed numbers to define your to define the speed of your sprite. So let's reset and run it. How does it works? Okay, so we have created this, but we have not given this behavior to the ball. So we will have to give this behavior to the ball. Give this behavior to the ball. It's here. We will reset and run. We will do it in one by one. Okay, so you see it is going in one fixed direction, and because we have not stopped it from edges, it goes beyond the edges. We will further add it and we will complete this particular behavior. So what we will do, but if we use this command that is stop the ball from bouncing back from the edges, this command precisely, which we had used in the previous session also, edges blocks moving, edges blocks from moving. We can't use this command here because what it will do, it will actually block it moving from all the 4 edges. We don't want it to block from all the 4 edges. We want it to block only from the left and right edges. So we can't use this command. What do we do now? We will apply a logic. We know that this is 0, 0 and this is 400, 400. So we will apply a logic and we will say, if my x coordinate of this sprite, if x coordinate of this sprite is greater than 400, then you change the direction. Change the direction. When we change the direction of a ball, it seems to be bouncing back. Okay. And similarly, we will also say when the x direction is less than 0, again, you change the direction of this ball. So we will go to logic and we will take this if block. If the x coordinate. Now, how do we know the x coordinate of a sprite? We know this property block, right? So we will take this property block, go to sprite, take this property block and attach it here. If this sprite's what? X position is greater than, why to wait for even 400? I will say let's bounce it back when it is 380 or 385 only. Okay, so that it doesn't go, seems like it disappeared and then it is coming back. So we say if this sprite's x position is greater than 400, not 400, 390. Okay, what do we want? We want this sprite to change the movement direction. So again, go to sprite and use this command, change. Change this sprite's, not size, movement direction. Not by 10, we want it to change by a random number. Okay, that could be vary between 90 to 270 degree. So all these movement directions are basically between 0 to 360. So we want to change this movement direction between 90, that will be down, and 270, that will be up. So let me pull from the maths. Let me pull random integer 90 to 270. Okay, so let me reset and run it if it is working or not. See, as soon as it touches the boundary, it bounces back and from the top it goes up. Now, similarly, we will have to code for the less than x. Okay, so if the x position of this sprite is less than 10, change this sprite's movement direction, again a random integer between 90 to 270. I will reset and run it. Okay, so see now it is bouncing back from both the edges. Let us test that it should not actually bounce back from top and bottom. Yes, it went up. So it is not bouncing back from up. It got stuck. Sometime it will happen because of the direction it is choosing, but that is absolutely fine. Okay, so what next we want? This ball has taken its behavior as we want it to taken up. What is the next behavior that we want to create? Next, we want this paddle to move with the mouse cursor. We are not moving it with the keys. We want to move it with the mouse cursor. Okay, so let's create a behavior for this as well. So here we need to notice one thing. When we are moving this red paddle with the mouse pointer, okay, it is only moving in the x direction. It means it is not moving when my mouse pointer is going up. It is not going up. It just stays at the same level. So X coordinate keep on changing, but the Y coordinate is not changing with the movement of this mouse cursor. Only X coordinate, it just keep on swimming here and there with the X coordinate of my mouse. Okay, so for this, what we will do, definitely we will create a new behavior and we will give it the name as swim with mouse cursor, mouse pointer. You can name it anything. And what do we want? It is pretty simple. I just want that this sprite should jump to the location of X coordinate of my mouse. So what we will have to do precisely, if I want this kind of behavior where my paddle is always moving with the mouse pointer, but only in the X direction. So I want that we should keep on setting the X position of this paddle as the X position of my mouse pointer, right? So we will go and we will again take this command set. Set this sprites, not size, which property? X position. X position to 50 or what? X position to X position of mouse pointer. But if you see, there is no way that I can recognize the X position of my mouse pointer. There is like mouse location that will give me the entire mouse location, but I need that there should be a way that I can recognize the mouse location of the mouse, X position of my mouse. Where is the X position of my mouse? Because I don't want to change the Y position. I just want to change the X position. Okay, so there is a trick for this. For now, I will close this and I will create a new sprite. And this new sprite will always stick with my mouse pointer. So I am creating a new sprite, a small dot, maybe a small dot. Yes. Okay. Crop it. I create it. And let's create it. Okay, and for this, we will create a new behavior. That behavior will be that it always sticks with the mouse location. So we do not know the X position of mouse, but now we know the X position of this particular sprite that we have created. Okay, so this is the trick. We do not know the mouse position. We do not know the X position of the mouse, but we know that this sprite is stuck with my mouse. And we know the X position of this sprite. So for this sprite, first I will create a behavior so that it sticks to the mouse pointer. It sticks to the mouse pointer. And it is pretty simple. We will just have to say sprite, go to sprite. And this sprite should always keep on jumping to the mouse position. And from the locations, we will take this mouse location. Okay, so let me give this behavior to my small dot. Where is it? Sticks to the mouse pointer and see what happens. Okay, so now we have this small dot which is always stuck to the mouse pointer. So although we do not know the X position of this mouse, but we do know the X position of this sprite, and both are equal because they are always stuck. So I will again go to behaviors and will add this behavior. Swimming with mouse pointer. So we know the set this sprite's X position to. Now I will say set this sprite's X position to the X position of my small dot. So go to sprite again, take this properties block X position of what? X position of my dot sprite. So from here, I will have to take the dot sprite. Okay, so let us reset and run it and see. Okay, we have not assigned. So let's give this behavior to this red paddle. The name of the behavior was swim with mouse pointer and see what happens. I reset and run. Now this is swimming with my mouse pointer. Okay. My ball is bouncing only from the left and right edges. We created these three custom behaviors here. Bounce from left and right edges, stick to the mouse pointer and swim with mouse pointer. So be ready with all these preparations, and in the next session, we will complete this ping pong game. See you soon. Bye-bye.